Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I am a resident of the Phoenix, Arizona suburbs for the past 4 years, originally from Chicago, and I am definitely loving it out here in Arizona. So I wanted to talk to you about some of the pros of Arizona if you're thinking about vacationing here or moving here. And I'm going to say Arizona's a big state. Phoenix is at the center, and there are areas like Flagstaff, up north, like 3 to 4 hours north of me, where the weather is cooler. So it's going to be kind of different depending on what part of Arizona you move to or vacation to. But what I'm going to primarily talk about is the weather and things in the Phoenix, Arizona suburbs for the most part. I'll touch on other things too. So I'll just dive right in here. I've got a little list of my pros in Arizona. So October through March, it's October right now, is the best type of weather in my opinion. May because the temperatures are more tolerable. May through September and even April can be pretty hot. That's when you get the triple digit temperatures, especially in July and August. Now, this August was an exception. We did get a lot of rain. So, our August, we did get a little break. It was a lot cooler than it normally is, but it was humid from all the rain, so it did make it a little uncomfortable. But that's really unusual for we did have a lot of rain in August, and that's usually our hottest month. Where you get those 100, 15, 100, 110, 115 degree temperatures, maybe even 120. Before COVID, there's a lot of festivals and carnivals at least. Before that, it's really kind of dropped off because of COVID, but I'm hoping when COVID is completely over that will come back. And in my town, there's actually a food truck night, rain or shine, every Friday night throughout the year, whether it's hot or cold. There's like 20 food trucks there. It's really nice. Sometimes they have the same, they mixed it up a little bit. Sometimes the same food trucks are always there, and sometimes they're different. So you get a taste of a lot of different foods, different people cooking for you. The roads are good for the most part. I'll touch on that in the cons. One of the consequences of that is since we do have really nice roads, there's always road construction throughout the year. Like it's even in the summertime when it's like 115, 120 degrees out. Those guys, true, they are out there earlier in the day, but they're always out there working, wearing long sleeves and sun hats and paying jeans. That's got to be brutal. But I mean, they do work earlier hours. They may start at 5 in the morning, get done at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But yeah, it's still pretty brutal. It's still bet when they start in the summertime, it's already in the triple digits at that time. If you're into golf, you can golf all year round. Of course, when it's really hot, a lot of the golf courses around here are empty. Nobody really wants to be out there in that triple digit heat for 4 hours. And if you're in the sunshine, we do get out of 365 days a year, we probably have about 300 days of sunshine. There's a lot of continuing development, so there's a lot of opportunities to build a new home if that's what you want to do. And it's a good vacation area if you want to get away from like the cold, in the wintertime, if you want to get away from the colder temperatures like in the Midwest or the East Coast or up north, for example. Um, You can swim all year round, even when it's cooler. A lot of the pools are still heated in the wintertime during the cooler months. And a lot of the housing developments out here, there's a lot of HOAs. So just about every community has a community center with a pool. A lot of people have, we don't have a pool. I don't have a pool, but a lot of people have their own pools at their home. The real estate the property taxes are very affordable. Just as an example, this was a long time ago too, 10 years ago, I had a townhome back in Illinois that was only like 1,100, 1,200 square feet, and I was paying like $5,000 a year in taxes, and that was a long time. God knows what it is now. I think now I checked, the taxes are up around like 7,000 a year, 6,500 or something like that, and out here I got a home that's 2,700 square feet, and I pay less than I think my taxes are like 1,600, 1,700 a year, so it's a cakewalk compared to back in Illinois. The taxes I paid back there, that's why so many people were getting out of Illinois more. I think as far as states in the country people are trying to get out of, I think Illinois is the leading state. People are trying to leave mainly because of the high taxes. For the most part out here, it is a dry heat. It's only really humid when it rains. When it doesn't really rain a whole lot, so it's really good for people with asthma, allergies, arthritis, joint pain. Works out a lot better for people like that. My allergies, were a lot. I have seasonal allergies, and they really bothered me back in Illinois, but I really don't have much of a problem. They're mild compared to what I had back there. Back there was just so many, especially in the springtime. There's just so many allergens going around. Um, let's see, if you live in a largely developed area like a community, and we do have snakes and scorpions, all sorts of creepy crawlers and critters, but as long as you live in a developed community, you'll probably never see that. Most of that stuff is out in the desert. You'll probably never see that. It won't be an issue, but I would still recommend getting exterminations for insects, for scorpions at least. I get exterminations every 2 months, and I've never had a scorpion in my home. Um, there's lots of charter schools if you want to. They're really big out here. If you want to you're interested in sending your children to charter schools. Depends on the area, but yeah, the public school system isn't really that great out here. Now, I work at a public school, and it is a great school district, but it's a wealthier community, but yeah, great teachers, and the test scores are pretty high, so it just kind of depends on the area. But even in the higher income areas, there's a lot of charter schools. My daughter's in a charter school. Very happy with it. And Halloween coming up, happy Halloween, and it's really a big, largely celebrated holiday out here. Back in Illinois, around Halloween, it's already pretty cold, so most people just hand out the candy to the kids from their front door. But out here, like people be on there sitting at the foot of their driveway with a fire pit going. There was one guy that had a cotton candy machine. Another guy was he had like a full bar giving drinks to the adults. And then there was another guy that he had a huge gas grill in his driveway. He was grilling off hamburgers, hot dogs, no charge. So it's really different out here compared to back in Illinois. The weather is just so perfect. Halloween night, it's not cold, it's not hot. It's just gorgeous weather for trick or treating. And compared to the Midwest, people just I don't know, this is the weather and the sun, but people just seem friendlier out here. Maybe it's just me, but that's my perception. People are just so much more personable. People sell food on the side of the road, like tacos, tamales, and produce like oranges and honey. And there is nothing like honey, fresh honey from a farm. Unfiltered raw honey. Oh my God, so good. Honey butter. Ooh, don't get me started. And if you're a gun owner, we do have open carry out here. A lot of gun owners are really happy about that. I'm not a gun owner, so I really couldn't care less. But a lot of people love the kind of like Texas. A lot of people out here just they're gun owners. They love that we have open carry, and we have a lot of national parks and beautiful scenery. And we do have a lot of green out here. Like my one aunt, she said that she could never live in Arizona because she would be so depressed because it's so brown, but it's really not. There's a lot more. Maybe she was out here a long time ago, but there's a lot more green than I expected. Not as much green as in the Midwest, but I mean, there is grass, there's palm trees, and trees of all kinds. What else? Bushes and plants that are green. So yeah, there's plenty of green, as much as in the Midwest, but not everybody has. Some people just have cactus, cacti, so not everybody has just plain old desert landscaping and rocks. There's a lot more green than you would expect. Of course, it costs a lot more money. If you do have green, it costs a lot more money in a water bill to maintain that. And due to the national parks, there's a lot of hiking opportunities. You can go up north, and there's no mountains when it's cooler, and they have snow up there. There's if you're into snowboarding or skiing, there's that opportunity. And then the same day you could go 3 to 4 hours. You could be winter weather, and it's pretty cool. The same day you could go 4 hours south and be in your shorts and t-shirt playing golf. So that's really cool. Not too many places you can get that. Kind of like California. And in my opinion, heat tolerance. I can be outside. I feel comfortable being outside 7 to 8 months throughout the year. anything over 100, I try to stay inside. 100 or over, it's kind of too hot for me. So I definitely, stay inside, especially if the sun's out. I stay inside as much as possible in weather like that. Now, I will say we don't get too many cloudy days, but cloudy days and at nighttime, 100 degrees sounds crazy, but if it's cloudy out, if the sun's not as intense, and at nighttime when the sun's not out, 100 degrees actually doesn't feel too bad, surprisingly. I can tolerate it in that condition. Um, and then the last thing I want to touch on is I do have a light jacket, but I hardly ever wear it. Normally, I can get by in the even in the coldest weather out here throughout the year. I can usually get by just wearing the sweaters, flannels, sports jackets, a suit, um, just long sleeve dress shirts, long sleeves in general. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Those are most of the cons. I mean, I'm sorry, those most of the pros I touched on, and next I will touch on the cons. So yeah, hope to see you out here sometime. Definitely a great place to visit and to live and to vacation in. So comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all real soon with another great video. Next, I'll touch on the cons of Arizona. Not that I'm trying to knock it, but just want everybody to be aware that there are negatives. Like my grandma used to say, no place is heaven except for the real heaven. So take care, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Bye.